Good evening, Ruskin enjoyers. Hope you're alright, 'cause it's time for the predictions video. It's actually like 16 hours since the Rust rotated. Well, we've got a good insight in regards to the sales and whatnot, so, you know, I can give you a bit of a better idea in regards to how things might turn out and whatnot. You know, what potentially might be the best investment for this week. But I'm not joking, I've been streaming for almost 17 hours now. It has been ridiculous, but I am taking part in the Global Warfare event. You know, helping to raise funds, charity and whatnot. So, yeah, the words might not be super great today because, again, I haven't slept. So sorry. But I was going to say I've had a lot of support today. I've had a lot of people turn up and watch me on my stream. They said, I want to watch you, Hedge, to support you so I could get the Twitch drops in, blah, 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 and get the idea. To all those people, thank you very much for your support. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. I hope this is nice and straight to the point. We'll try our best. Let's go ahead, talk about this Rust store, and try and figure out what potentially is going to be the best investment for this week. But before we do anything, we have to talk about a certain AK-47. Now, when you look at the Rust store, you might notice that we have 9 skins in total, but there's actually 10. First of all, just to point out, this very special skin here, it's a charity skin. It sells for $5, or your currency equivalent to $5. This is not tradable, this is not marketable. I've showcased this many times in my Twitch drops video for the Global Warfare skins. I've even got a special short video showcasing this. It has very nice head height transparency and it glows in the dark very nicely. It also has lower half transparency. It's a very nice pay to win skin, and we hardly ever see wooden double door skins being accepted. For your consideration, if you actually consider buying that, be aware it's non-tradable, non-marketable, and once it's gone, it's gone. You'll never be able to pick that up afterwards. But all proceeds do go towards contributing to the efforts to raise money for Hope for the Day, which is what FANCYORB is intending to, you know, help out whatnot with this event. So, for your consideration, it would be for a good cause. No, I don't think you can buy multiples of these, and no, I don't think you're going to be able to sell them in any way possible. So, please be aware, it's bound to your account. Okay? Cool. So, once we've got that out of the way, what did you mean by 10 skins, Hedge? I only see 9. Well, we had to talk about this, the After Death AK-47. This was in the Rust store for 2 hours. It sold 1,717. Sorry about that. 1,717 subscribers. That's the bare minimum sales. At least 1,717 individual people bought the skin, but some people might have bought 1 or 2, 5, 10. We don't know. There very likely could be at least 2,000 to 3,000 of these in circulation. But it was removed because apparently there was a copyright issue. That is what we've heard. That's it. Okay. So it was only available for 2 hours, and a lot of people are sitting here and saying, oh my goodness, it's the rarest skin ever. No. No. We've had AKs come out in 2015. AKs come out in 2016. We've had AKs coming out in 2017. There are rarer AKs than this. But I just cannot help but assume the notoriety behind it with this silly copyright story and whatnot, it very likely might be selling for a pretty hefty price, but I'm not expecting $100. I'm not expecting $50. Now, we've been down this road before. I have talked about like the Neon Dragon Garage Door in the past. You can find a video where I talk about everything in regards to that. Just search for Neon Dragon in the little search bar there in my main YouTube page. Oh, there you go. 7,400 views. So there's a good 20 minutes video talking about that situation, but this was another copyright issue. Lunar New Year, 2024, Year of the Dragon. A very cool looking garage door was accepted, but evidently there was some sort of licensing issue that wasn't paid for. That garage door was only available for 50 minutes, 50, right? That did about 1,000 subscribers. It wasn't the rarest garage door. Right now you can see that garage door, that Neon Dragon garage door, sell for $500 on the Steam market. Ridiculous, yes. But I believe the main reason why it ended up like that was the notoriety behind the story, and a lot of people kind of forcing it to happen. I can't help but assume a lot of people are going to force this to be rare. As in, a lot of people just put up high prices or buy it for high prices and then keep pushing it. That's what looked like happened to the Neon Dragon Garage Door. And technically speaking, because there's not that many of them, it is rare-ish, but not really rare. But like, it was enough that really rich people could just buy out stock and push it up. They were perfectly capable of doing so. That's what I'm under the assumption of. But this right here, I've spoken to my chat today, and they're like, oh yeah, I actually managed to pick one up and whatnot, and it's pretty common, sort of. There are rarer skins in this. at the very least, it's probably $3. It's very likely going to be selling more than $3. When we do buy orders, abnormal buy orders, yes, we'll be racing after that, and I think we'll be offering at least $3. Yes, yes, yes. But how high will it go? That's up for debate. You could comment below what you think. But if I could just quickly go over to here, what on earth are abnormal buy orders? Well, consider watching my most recent abnormal buy orders video for July 24, 2025. We did this last night, and we talked about the likes of the Sinotype ammo large box. We questioned how well that might do. We questioned if we potentially saw the medicine large box being accepted. Surely that spike in price. Like when that was accepted and caused the firearms large box spike in price. We did some pretty good barters on that. And after we did all the barters, we looked at the support. We looked to see how many barters for each skin had, how high the price went. They had barters going all the way up to its rust or price. I bought 50 of those because of that, because I felt more confident. And we got the medicine large box. Well, that bumped up to $4 earlier. It's kind of cooled down now, but that whole process, it's something you might want to be aware of. So consider watching the first 5 minutes of this video, skip ahead to the barders chapter, and you'll basically get the general gist of abnormal barders. Super helpful, and in this regard with this AK-47, yeah, you want to be around for that, because, well, there's no other way of getting this AK now, is there? Right then, so let's hop back over to here. This, I don't know how high it's going to go. I don't think it's deserving of being a $100 skin. I don't think it's that rare. And we've even had skins recently sell as low as about 2,000-ish, like 2,000-ish subscribers. I don't think it's that special. We'll leave it at that, right? So, okay then. Out of all these skins here then, what potentially is the best investment? By default, I have to talk about the Sinotype Meds box. I am fully under the impression now we're going to get like a proper collection. This is the third skin. Looks like Face Punch are committed. How far will they go, or will they allow? I'm pretty sure the skin creator will keep it up, go as far as he can go. We've seen storage collections go as far as 18 skins in total, 17, 15. Graffiti storage collection only got to 15. Neon storage collection, well, that kind of expanded and got a whole lot more deplorables, but the large boxes went all the way up to 18. Technically speaking, there's that Twitch drop with the Neon Miscellaneous, but 18 in Rustors. If we get 15, I'm fine with that. I'm happy. If we get 10, well, it should still be right. But anyway, it looks like we are going to get a proper collection, and I am anticipating now the next one to be produced. What will it be? We shall see. Clothing, or wood, stone, who knows? But so as long as we keep seeing them, I'm feeling confident, and I am expecting more to be made, and I am expecting more, acceptances. We expect, but that is not a guarantee. However, with that medicine large box, I have to sit here and say, and it's very useful that we're here like 16 hours after the rust rotated. That has already beaten the sales that the previous two skins did in the first 24 hours of sales, and it's still moving forward. That is looking like it's going to sell more compared to the previous two. And well, the firearms, that did 31,000 subscribers, and the ammo did just over 36. Are we just going to keep on climbing higher and higher and higher? Well, with all the hype, the Sinotype hype, yes, it's very likely to keep on happening. And once we reach around September, October, November, the autumn-fall seasonal dip, when kids go back to school and less people playing the game, expect it, but we might have the naval update October, November time. Anyway, by default, we still see prices go down during this period of time. That very likely might only sit at around $3 or retain its price. And with a lot of them in circulation, that might be a problem. Yep. But I do believe it's probably the strongest thing that's most likely going to retain its value. Yes. So in regards to that likely going to be getting more sales, I just will address all the skins here. There is a bit of a worry that these skins probably might be selling a little bit too much. Alright? And it's kind of obvious to see at the moment. So next skin I want to talk about, I think I have to talk about the Popstar garage door. Yeah, some of you might be surprised by that. A garage door, and not the hoodie pants, but I'll explain. Popstar collection is fairly in demand. Evidently, people like anime skins. Okay, well, there you go. But, Popstar AK-47 was accepted late last year. Anime girl on an AK, it's in the positive. And I'm sure you're fully well aware, most AK-47s, they go down in price pretty badly, don't they? Yes, but not that one. LR300 is an LR300, and you can't salvage that, sorry. Thompson's doing good. SAR, not doing great, but not doing terrible. Most SARs go down real bad, but not that. Now we have a garage door, and if you're fully well aware, garage doors this year, they haven't been, well, what do you reckon? Yeah. The vast majority are down pretty bad. Only 2 skins right now, currently the positive Mystic Tree Garage Door and the Neon Lunar Serpent Garage Door. There's 23 skins in total, only 2 in the positive. Yeah, that's not looking pretty. However, Anime Girl, you may debate whether you hate it or not, but I don't care. Clearly, people like Anime Girl skins. So if I could just quickly remind you of the AK-47s we've seen so far this year, you might point out Heatseeker AK, that's doing very nicely at the moment, but we also haven't have Sakura AK-47. Again, pretty much every single AK in the negative, real bad, but not that one, because of course the Heatseeker collection had a lot of support behind it, lots of people really like the collection. What's so special about this? Okay, it's pink, that's nice, but it's also got anime. People seem to like anime. So, I cannot help but assume we're probably going to start seeing an anime set of deplorables. And considering we've seen a large box previously, which wasn't accepted, but very likely we'll be getting a resubmission. I'm under the impression we're going to start seeing a lot more of this. And I'm under the impression that garage door might actually work out quite nicely. Now, it's abnormal. I don't want to rush into, buying it. I'm going to wait it out. Wait till Wednesday. Look at the sales then make a consideration. Then do my abnormal barders. I think this might work out quite alright, but again, the sales might be a little bit concerning. But even then, I mean, if it did like 25,000 subscribers, I wouldn't be too upset, too worried. I think it might be quite alright. That's a very strong generalisation there, but I think that might fare better compared to the average garage door. That's my current expectation. But if by Wednesday I see it's got over 30,000 subscribers, okay, my tune might change. So keep an eye on that. I think we've got some interesting things going on. And let's see what the skin creator intends to make next. I can't read that. I can't read that, I'm sorry. Right then. So what next? I kind of have to sit here and say the pirate boots are looking pretty appealing. What? So, typically with clothing and armor skins, we ask you, keep an eye on the sales. See if the new clothing and armor skin matches up nicely with the previous existing ones. So let's just take a look at the pirate collection, because those boots have been in the workshop for over 2 years. But I'm sure many of you are fully well aware of the pirate collection is doing very nicely. When they came out, they sold at a fairly cheap price, very approachable, very affordable. A lot of people bought them, and evidently as time has gone on, it's been appreciated, and they're going up in price ever so nice, especially as we go through the summertime. But you might notice the average sales for these core pieces, tier 3, hoodie and pants, tier 2, is between 40 to 50,000 subscribers. The Roadstone gloves, 30,000 subscribers. Right now, this is one of the lowest selling skins, and I'm at best expecting that probably do maybe at most 15,000 subscribers. There's going to be considerably less boots compared to all the other bits and pieces. And as you can see, Pirate Collection is in demand. I wouldn't be surprised the boots actually might work out very nicely, because there's the lowest selling skin out the whole set, which is in demand. I've said this many times. Typically, when you have an in-demand clothing armor set, the skin that sold the least ends up becoming the most expensive. Coincidentally, the boots, the last piece, very likely, might end up becoming the most expensive because it sold the least. Now, I cannot guarantee it. Not everybody appreciates boots, and I've heard many of you sit there and say, I don't even wear them, they make sound, I hate it. I get it, fine, understood. But it's looking interesting. No way a chameleon boot's $7 right now. No, that's got to be like a buyout. Yeah, it looks like someone just bought them out. Yeah, that was a bit too quick. But, ones from notable collections do seem to do a fair bit all right. Oh, not you, but we're still waiting for tier 3. How long are you going to wait for then, Hedge? I don't know. But yeah, it's not too bad, but it's not great either. So, do you feel with what I said is enough to make you feel like super confident? We can wait until Wednesday, then make a consideration. But that is not abnormal. That is a concern. So, we'll leave it at that. Now I want to talk about Island Assault hoodie and pants. You might question, Hedge, why didn't you immediately talk about it? Because they're selling too much. We haven't even had a full 24 hours, and we've already gone over 10,000 subscribers. In comparison to the previous existing skins, well, these did 19,000 subscribers, that did 18,000, that did just over 20,000. Notice the problem? Yeah. We're not even a full day in, and we've already got half the amount of all of these. Oh, dear. Yes. A very rough estimate, that's probably going to reach up to possibly even 30,000 subscribers. That's a little bit excessive. Maybe things might slow down. We'll see. I understand a lot of people are very hyped to see this, and them selling at 99 cents, I mean, it's very approachable, very affordable. You shouldn't be too surprised by that. But it might not be the end of the world. So as long as we still see the tier 2, I mean, it's still expected the Sparkle 1 Sparkle price. Will we get our full grey out collection? What do you reckon? I want everybody to stand up and scream and tell me what do they believe in. But anyway, tier 2 was submitted. Skin Creator does intend to continue the collection. He wants to make a backpack next, and I do believe he wants to make a jacket at some point. Okay, we can expect more. It's not the end of the world. If the collection remains in demand, and again, a matte grey design that I think a lot of people will be appreciating. We've seen a collection like this before. I mentioned this in my restoration video, and I'm going to mention it here now. Black Diamond. Black Diamond was fairly in demand. Black Diamond is still doing quite all right. But that had the hoodie and pants appear last. And it also sold more compared to the other pieces. Tier 3 did between 18 to 20,000 subscribers. Tier 2 did between 18 to 20,000 subscribers. Cool. These did 26,000 plus subscribers. Oh. But look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. It's all in demand, and these are still doing very nicely. But, yeah, no, weird, isn't it? So as long as it's in demand, it should still be quite alright. Okay. We'll see how that goes then. Unfortunately, the Islander Salt hoodie and pants, they are not abnormal. So we'll have to just look at them on Wednesday night and make a consideration. But I can confirm to you, the tier 3, the boots, the gloves, they've been appearing on the front page over the past 16 hours. Yeah, they're doing very good. Very good. Is that chest plate now $12? Oh, it's $12. Okay. What? Well, there you go. People like it. So there's a lot of demand behind it. People are really, really wanting to see more. So, okay. Pretty sure the hoodie pants might actually work out quite nicely regardless. Give it time. Yeah, it could recover. So, all right, fair enough. All right, then. So looking at the remaining skins. Now I want to talk about the Neon Pies fridge. With the previous fridges, I initially did say, you know what? Do we even need like a full collection? Do people even care enough to buy a full collection? Yes, they do apparently, because the meat fridge has gone up in price ever so nice, and the veggies fridge has gone up in price ever so nice when we see new skins being accepted. Yes, we've seen similar behaviour with the lockers last year, but the lockers did sell quite a fair bit more, but the other two lockers kind of didn't sell that much more than these. Anyway, you take a look at this and you take a look at the other one, you will see that that's doing very good at the moment, but that was to be expected. It was the first one, but never would I have guessed the veggies fridge being bought out like this and currently sitting here at $4.50. Now again, give it more time, more people able to list theirs. Maybe it goes down, back down in price. We'll see. But it looks like the farmers are actually appreciating all of these fridges. And I have to point out, that right there is not the last fridge. There's 4 in total. And funnily enough, that was actually the last submitted fridge, the Pies fridge. But if I was to just quickly point this out to you, Duck the Skin Creator, he made 4 in total. The very first one he submitted was a berries fridge. We still have that potentially on the horizon. That very likely could appear next week. Or the week after that, a week after that. We don't know. We'll see. Nothing is a guarantee. But if we were to see that, what do you reckon will happen to the Pies fridge? What have we seen so far? Yeah. So it's looking pretty interesting. It's looking pretty cool. Right. So let's just stick that over there. And let's see what happens next. All right. But that's abnormal. Don't need to rush into buying it. We'll talk about that on Wednesday night. All right. Looking at the remaining skins. I think I'll talk about the high quality metal Icepick. Yeah, I think a lot of people have been going a bit wild with the ice picks and whatnot. Sorry, this is a bit glitched. SMM's been a bit funny, but we've had 3 in a row, and these used to be rare. We never saw skins for them, but now 3 in a row. When this first appeared, it was very special. Loads of people going wild, and it did 26,000 subscribers. Then, literally the very next week, Gold Chains Ice Pick, 24,000 subscribers. Now we have this one. Yeah, I'm worried about all 3 of these. It was very sudden. And I'm not sure if we're going to still see even more. Let me tell you, this past weekend, I saw 10 Savage Ice Pick skins being submitted. But there is a reason for this. There was a strong push in the brand new Ruskin Making Discord every month from now. An item that hasn't been getting that much love. It's encouraged that the skin creators make skins for them. This month, July 2025, it was encouraged they go ahead and make Savage Ice Pick skins. Plenty were made, 3 have been accepted. Cool. What's the next item? We have no idea yet, but we look forward to finding out. So, okay, fair enough. That's going to be pretty interesting. But these right here, something that used to be very rare, there's a lot more of them appearing, and it's starting to get a little bit worrisome, and I don't have that much faith in this. This is abnormal though, and it is part of a collection, but it's not exactly a very in-demand collection. We'll see how things turn out, but I think we're probably just better off a lower price buy order. Then we had the Stump Box. Now, for all the skins that I've talked about so far, honestly, just go ahead, look at my roster rotation, get a good look at all these skins, particularly Stump Box. It's cool for what it is. It's a fun gimmick. But can we even see a collection continuation? Can you even make a stump look as good in another deplorable large box even? Probably would be a bit awkward. This might be independent, all by itself. And when you look at all the small box skins, as of recent, well, what do you see? Not a lot of good stuff. Not very pretty. Yeah. Now that's doing alright. That's part of a collection that's in demand. That's doing alright because it's very transparent and you can hide it in rocks. And SMM broke. But you could see the majority. Oh, there's back. Anyway, so yeah, these aren't doing very well, and the ones from last year, some are doing quite alright. Not all of them. Not all of them. I worry for it. It's not selling that much, so maybe it might work out. But even then, I'm not convinced, and it doesn't glow in the dark. And yeah. So yeah, that is it. That is everything. I hope that was nice, concise, and straight to the point. I did that after not sleeping for a very long time and having yapped for about 17 hours now. I'm still good. I could keep going, chat. Yeah, help me, please. Okay, let's talk about something else. So, are you aware of the brand new DLC? Yes, if you go to the likes of Mr. Protox on Twitter and also his YouTube, he will keep you informed of all the new content that's on staging. Yes, just over to here. His links will be in the description. August doesn't look like it's going to be getting that much. We're going to get a new menu. We're going to get the pilot HAZMAT DLC. But other than that, it doesn't seem like there's much else. Looks like there's still a lot of focus with the naval update, but that might not be coming out until October or November. Fair enough, that's fine. All right, the big boat and update and whatnot, that sounds cool, but yeah, we've got to be a little bit more patient. Okay, fair enough. Cool. Well, here's what it is. So, yeah. Are you aware that we've got more Twitch drops on the horizon? So, if I were to go over to here, oh look, here's my Twitter, and yeah, I put that out along, God, that's about 18 hours now? No, 17 hours, yep. If I go to the community manager, and look at what she's posted very recently, you'll see for yourself that, oh look, they've just announced even more Twitch drops. Yes, between August 7th to the 17th of 2025, 14 content creators are going to get their own brand new Twitch drops. Watch them for 2 hours on stream, and you get their skin for absolutely free. I do believe all of these have to be submitted this weekend, so I might have the Twitch drops video out this Monday or Tuesday. We'll see. There's 14 skins, and it does look like we're still going to get some general drops as well. So, cool. I'm sure you're looking forward to that. All these brand new skins for free, but let me point this out to you. It's looking like we're going to get about 5 AK-47 Twitch drops. Hope you're looking forward to it. Cool. So, yeah, that is basically everything. So, I'd just like to point out, if you haven't got the Twitch drops yet, I will be streaming again tomorrow. Look in the description, you'll see links to all my socials, more specifically my Twitch. If you want to come say hello, you're more than welcome to do so. I had so many people turn up today, and I was very grateful. I reached up to 270 people watching me as I streamed, and that was the highest I've ever had it. So, super cool. Very grateful for all of you. Thank you very much to all the people who subscribed and gifted subs and whatnot. That was also very nice. So that's a wrap. That is a wrap. Thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. I'm losing my voice. I need to go to bed.